everyone, coming from me in the same clothes because I like to film all my videos on the same day, and featuring the hefty college folder. Bearing it in mind, I've only done, am I on my third week? Yeah, this is 2 weeks of work. But I've got this out today because to help me revise for my upcoming test, it's not a graded one, by the way, it's just a test to see how we're doing. We're gonna talk about animal behaviours, mainly abnormal behaviours, also known as atypical behaviours, but in hamsters, and what we can do to resolve these issues and what can happen if we don't. So I've probably done a video before about stress signs in hamsters and stuff, but this is more of a in-depth into everything. So can you tell I like hamsters? So let's get into terminology first. So a normal behaviour is a behaviour that animals display in the wild, and an abnormal or atypical behaviour is something that's not normal. It's normally what happens to their behaviour in captivity if they're not in good enough conditions. So I've already done the welfare topic. I'm now going into the behaviours topic, and if anything else pops up in any of my other topics, I will make videos of them. Oh, here we are. So we've got the behaviours page. So the first one, I can't comment if this happens in hamsters because I've never seen it, and when hamsters are normally put together, they either kill each other or mate. And this first one is abnormal sexual behaviours, which is non-procreative sexual activity. So like when a dog humps your leg, etc. But yeah, I don't know if it can happen or not. I'm sure you can find that out somewhere. So we're going into rodents more than hamsters here, because the next one, activity anorexia. Yes, animals can get anorexia. This normally occurs in rats more than anything, and it's when animals start exercising a lot and they drop their food intake. So I've seen a few anorexic rats online before. Basically, like I just said, they get all the exercising mainly because they're bored, and just stop eating because of boredom. And the solution for this would be get more enrichment, get a bigger cage. Anything that's not up to standard, change it, but definitely get more enrichment. The food might not be nutritious enough, maybe switch up their diets, start giving them foods that will really benefit them. And if all else fails, take them to the vet and they'll probably give you some supplements. Cannibalism. So I'm not going to talk about this yet because it comes up somewhere else, so I'll just leave that one. So coprahagia, which is consumption of feces, you see, this is seen in hamsters, and unlike the other ones, this is seen as a totally normal behaviour, because it's a bit like rabbits. Like, some of their food doesn't get digested fully and it just comes straight out, and that poo then has all the nutrients in still, so they will re-eat that poo to get the nutrients in. Very fascinating. But that's kind of what they do in the wild anyway, when there's shortage on food because they have to forage and save that food. They will eat their own poo because it has got nutrition in there. Whereas in zoos, when chimpanzees do it, that's not normal. Like, all species differ so much when it comes to behaviours. The next one is a very common one, and that is bar biting. I've actually put hamster down for the example. So it's all in the name really. It's when your animal chews and bites the bars of the enclosure. Now with hamsters, this can mainly be because their enclosure is too small and they've not got enough enrichment. So the key terms here, hamsters need a big enough cage and enough enrichment. Also, if they've not got bedding deep enough, they'll just get bored. Same with monkey barring as well. That is also in the same category as that is also in the same category as bar biting, as they are both stress behaviours and it means something is not right with their enclosure. I've got excessive vocalisation. I don't think that really applies to hamsters because, you know, hamsters are prey animals, so they take what they do in the wild. So if they are in pain or they're sick, got an injury, they will not make any noise. Rodents are so hard to tell if they're unwell because they hide it so good. Because just think of it this way, if you're in the wild and you are a prey animal, there's predators out there coming for you, are you going to make a big fuss and shout and scream if you've hurt yourself so that they can just easily come and eat you? Or are you going to stay quiet because you're in a vulnerable position and not able to fight and defend yourself? The second option, that's what hamsters do, and they carry on into captivity as well. I've also got excessive aggression, and in the hamster world we call this cage rage. And can you guess why we call it cage rage? I'll give you a few seconds. Correct, because the cage is not up to standards. It's too small, and hamsters can actually get aggressive from having a cage too small. If you go and check out one of the stories on hamsterwelfare.com, I think it's hamsterwelfare.com, yeah, they speak of a hamster that arrived to them with cage rage, and after living in a big, beautiful, full of enrichment cage for like a week, they were the nicest hamster ever. No biting, no attacking, just sweet. Excessive licking. I wouldn't say that applies to hamsters and rodents because they are very clean animals anyway. They will clean themselves whenever they can. A bit like cats, just having a little bit of a and also in the sand bath, so we'll skip that one. We'll also skip herbivory in carnivorous animals because hamsters eat everything. They eat meat, they eat salad, they eat nuts, seeds, the list goes on. Okay, so going back to cannibalism, I've got infanticide. This is basically where the animal eats its babies. I've also put hamster down for this. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I assume this is down to stress. So if you cause the mother too much, what's the word, disruption. Yeah, if you cause the mother too much disruption just after she's had her babies, it can really stress her out. Also, if your hamster's just had babies, literally only go in there to change the water, and be very careful at that as well, and to give food obviously, but you have to be so careful. Also, I've seen horrendous videos on TikTok of people lifting the mother up whilst it's transporting its child in its mouth and then picking the babies at what are like that big. Yeah, so it's very easy for the mother to get stressed, and this can result in her eating her babies. It's harsh, but that's life, I guess. Pacing is another one. So have you noticed, like, mainly on TikTok, where people don't look after their hamsters? Not all of you, some of you are amazing, but a lot of uneducated people go on there. Yeah, but have you noticed somebody with a glass cage or a tank, something what's clear, no bars, what they can't climb up? Instead of climbing up the bars, because there isn't any, the hamster is just going just across the enclosure constantly, and you may call it zoomies, but it's not zoomies. That is a stress behaviour, and that means you haven't got enough enrichment, your enclosure isn't big enough, and the hamster's just not happy. So let's see which ones of these work with a hamster as well. So these are the causes of abnormal behaviour. So confinement, which is hamsters are confined anyway, they don't, like, what's the word, domestic hamsters, they don't need to go in the wild, they will die. Unsuitable environment, like I've mentioned. Inappropriate social grouping, so hamsters are solitary, so if you put them with another hamster, no matter what breed of hamster, they will both be very unhappy, and it will most likely result in death of one or both of them. Lack of enrichment, this is very true. Animals have brains too, we need to keep them going, or they will get bored just like we do, and sometimes boredom can lead to death. Lack of bedding / substrate. So yeah, this is another one I've mentioned. Please make sure you are giving your hamsters at least 8 inches of bedding for dwarfs and Syrians. Absolute minimum. Inappropriate furnishing. So I don't know, because if you put fluff in your hamster's cage, it wouldn't cause an abnormal behaviour, but it would be a choking hazard, could cost them some limbs, but it wouldn't be a behaviour. Where we present food. So to add extra enrichment, I do recommend scatter feeding. I started doing that last month and it's amazing, and it just pushes a hamster to go and look for their food like they do in the wild. People, yeah, if you're going in like that all the time, getting your hamster, it's gonna stress them out, especially if you're doing it in the daytime. Different people as well that they've never interacted with before, just picking them up, that's got to be stressful. Boredom, like I said, and poor environment conditions. So not cleaning your hamster out, it's got stinky pee-pee bed, that's one way to get bumblefoot. See if I've wrote anything else in here. Doesn't look like I have, but I've got homework to do. No, just kidding. I'm absolutely ecstatic. I love a bit of homework. I never thought I'd be saying that 10 years ago. Anyway, I hope this helped. If you do see any of these behaviours in your hamsters, the abnormal ones anyway, please look it up, see what you can do if I've not mentioned it in this video. And yeah, I'm done. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm very sleep deprived, so I'm gonna end this video here before I start saying stupid things or doing stupid things, because my brain's just like constantly. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a big thumbs up. If you enjoy my hamster videos, I've got a playlist wherever I've put it, wherever in the video, I don't know. And yeah, subscribe as well. Okay, bye.